Welcome to Live at the Blue Box. It is now time for This Week in Geek. I did all that throat clearing, and now I've got a frog in my throat. Perfect. Perfect start to it. This is This Week in Geek for October 30th, 2015. Thank goodness it's Halloween tomorrow. I know the date. So, you guys ready for this?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, so let's introduce ourselves. Let's start on that end.
My name is Alil Kanitsa. I co-host the League of Geeks podcast, and that's Geeks with a Z, as well as Enough Said and This Week in Geek.
Yeah. How about you?
Hello, my name is Edward Lee.
Hello, my name is.
Yes.
That's fantastic. All right, Edward Lee.
I'm too used to that.
Slim
Okay.
Shady.
So, and you're co-host of
I'm
This
co-host of This Week in Geek, or co-owner.
Hello, my name is Rob Southgate, and I've been a podcaster for 1 year. Hi, Rob. All right, 2 years. I don't even know. No, but you know what? This brings up a good point. We just interviewed Chris Mock from The Walkers Among Us and a director of The Walkers Among Us. Everybody that's watching, that doesn't know, and listening at home that didn't hear the interview, download that movie at thewalkersamongus.com. But we were just talking about it. 1 year ago was our first Live at the Blue Box. Chris was the very first interview we did here at Live at the Blue Box. Took him a year to get back, but here we are.
Has it been a year?
It's been a year. Yeah, well, you haven't been here the whole time.
I
have work commitments. I have to go to Disney. So
I have a life.
I have a life. You don't. I just did all those horror movies with you. Alil just did 31 days of horror on League of Geeks, and it was 31 plus horror movies.
Yep.
And he watched them and
Yep.
then interviewed or did reviews with people. You have no life, sir.
Well, I have children, and it's winter time, so, when midnight strikes, I get to watch a movie by myself.
All right. When midnight strikes, I'm long asleep usually.
That's why I'm really tired.
Yeah,
You can see the bags under my eyes, and
Yep.
it hasn't been good.
So before we jump in, I just want to hear, how did this experiment go for you?
Oh, it went great.
Yeah,
we
you
got
loved it?
I loved it. We got a lot of people that really enjoyed it. Hopefully more people will pick up and listen to them. It was a lot of fun. It was something that I wanted to do on a whim, so I'm going to do it for Christmas as well.
Not Thanksgiving? There's one Thanksgiving movie.
But yeah, I was contemplating ideas for Thanksgiving, so I'm going to do 24 days like a advent calendar for Christmas.
Only it's like Bad Santa.
Christmas
One of them
movies.
has a cough drop in it.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. It'll be all different kinds of movies based around Christmas or Christmas movies, and we're not doing
How many of these
Miracle
do I
on
have to be
34th
on?
Street. One I think
I was on like 10 of the
You were
of the Halloween ones. So
and it was fun. I don't know. I mean, but for sure I'm going to have you on one of them. I mean,
Yeah, I know
that's
which
a
one.
Definite. Yeah, we know one for sure.
Yep, Charlie Brown Christmas.
There you go.
That wasn't theatrically released. It won't go on your list.
No, it won't. But
See?
there are. Well, it doesn't have to be because I'm going to do the Bill Murray Christmas special that's coming on Netflix.
So you're breaking your own rules. That's how they ride on League of Geeks, fast and loose.
That's
Unlike
right.
this, where we are
we
tight.
make up the stuff as we go, just like I did with the horror thing. Like everybody who came on, I let them pick the movies instead of just scheduling them out. I'm like, hey, what do you want me to watch?
Yeah.
And it was pretty good because I got to see movies that I probably would have never seen or not seen for a long time that I really enjoyed.
You're not allowed to even listen to these podcasts, are you? Ruth, can he even listen to these horror podcasts?
I have a few that aren't explicit.
Oh.
A few.
The ones that I did with Blair. Blair doesn't swear, so
They're still scary.
you should let him watch It Follows.
Oh, no. All right. Let's get into the news. Edward, I'm going to let you start. What do we got?
Here we go.
You had all that time to prepare.
I wasn't
make a whole
preparing.
sheet of
Are you
notes.
kidding
I
me?
know you weren't.
How about the Ridiculous Six trailer with Adam Sandler?
Oh, what a thing to start with. Did you see this?
You got to see that?
The trailer?
Trailer?
Sure.
Isn't that like
It's a Netflix.
PG-13. Yes, I'm not 5 anymore.
I don't know. I have some audio that proves differently.
Actually, I did not get to see the trailer.
You did not. You watched it?
Yeah.
Okay. before I tell you what I think of it, I'd like to hear what you think, Edward. Wait. Can somebody get him a shovel to bury himself with this? Because I have a feeling he's going to like it. Let's hear it.
I don't like it.
No?
No, I do not like it. It just seems like they're trying to make a stupid movie, but they're having
They've succeeded.
But they're having it way too dark. They're having it in the trailer. The one I watched, everything was darker, and it was.
You mean like lit dark?
Yeah, lit dark, and it was trying to be.
You don't have cataracts.
No.
Okay.
Okay. And it was trying to be a type of outlaw thing. It wasn't trying to be funny. I don't think so. It was a bit, but it wasn't like the main focus.
Okay, you're completely wrong.
Okay.
It's okay. So here's what it is. It's Adam Sandler's first Netflix-only film. Okay, it is clearly trying to only be a comedy based on like The Magnificent Seven. That's what it's doing. What you're reading into it is the fact that the jokes aren't funny. Okay, it's not
that's the reason why.
It's trying to be like 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, where it's just joke. Only it's Adam Sandler and what's his name, the short one that was in Bruce Bigelow, whatever that guy is.
Rob Schneider.
Yeah, Rob Schneider and
Diggle.
Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah. That's who the crew is. It's Adam Sandler thinking he's making a really funny cowboy movie. It probably cost nothing to make. They went down, got cheap Hollywood costumes, and played around in an old West town. I couldn't make it through the trailer. And at the beginning, I'm like, oh, okay, I get what it is. I can make it. Man, a minute in, and I turned it off. Have I ever turned off a trailer? I watched the entire trailer for Zombievers. I did not turn this off. I enjoyed Avalanche Sharks. And I turned this off.
Of course you would like that.
Oh, it's awesome. It's sharks. It's sharks in the ice. It's sharks moving through snow. Is Godzilla in this? Oh. All right, so anyway, it's terrible. Adam Sandler has a 6-picture deal with Netflix. 6.
I don't want to see 5 more of those.
No.
It's just going to go down ridiculous 5, ridiculous 4.
Oh, no. It's only going to be one of those. He's going to keep doing different things. But I'll tell you what, the funny thing is I read a review, or I read a thing that on Joe Blow where they were saying, here's the trailer. And the guy said the only good thing about this trailer is now I can ignore Adam Sandler on my TV rather than at the movies. So there's a plus. All right, Alil, you look like you've got something or you fell asleep.
A little bit of both. Some DC news. They're stating for the solo Batman film.
Yes.
That the Red Hood will be one of the main characters in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and DC wants to make the Red Hood a priority character for them, and kind of use him the same way that Marvel's using the Winter Soldier.
Right.
So
because
they're saying
it's the same idea.
Very similar, yeah. So they're adapting A Death in the Family and Under the Red Hood for the Batman solo feature.
Excellent. Wait, A Death in the Family?
Yeah.
Really? I thought they were doing that only as an animated. They're doing that as a...
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Suddenly interesting.
So, I mean, this is, from Latino Review, so, I mean, they're
Take
pretty
it with a grain of salt, but
and also Joe Blow did it, so it's now...
Well, Joe Blow is taking it from Latino Review.
Right.
Sure.
There you go.
I give up.
So I really like the Red Hood storyline.
So do I.
I really do. I'm not a big DC guy.
No, but that animated Red Hood film was fantastic.
But then that kind of opens up, when we see in the Batman v Superman trailer, we see the Robin suit. Everybody was wondering what Robin it is. Yeah. So the whole Jason Todd storyline is going to be playing out pretty.
You know what? That's really what they should focus on, and it looks like they are. Just do the Batman stories and let the other DC universe be around in it, but the Batman stories are the best part.
Well, and also, the rumor is that Batman's going to have maybe a small part in the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So with him
he
and
signed
that,
for like 13 movies or something.
Yeah, so him and Suicide Squad. Basically, this is Batman's universe, and everybody's just playing in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope Batmite shows up. Batmite. Yes.
No.
And they'll do a crossover. Batmite fights Spider-Pig. Spider-Pig wins. Always.
And it's actually Spider-Ham. But
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Pig
was in Simpsons.
Yes.
That's who I meant. Clearly not. Here's obvious news. We should play that song. It's obvious. The Walking Dead has been renewed for its 7th season. What a shocker. This show is pulling in so many ratings. I mean, why are they even bothering going season by season? They should do the Lost thing and just go, you know what, we're going to just do 3 seasons at a time. We'll see how it goes after that. Because this is a juggernaut. It's not going anywhere.
True, but I think at the end of every season, the cost per season starts going up. So eventually...
Not if you lock them in for 3 years.
But some of them won't sign that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Ben
Affleck did.
Yeah, but Ben Affleck's basically given ownership in Warner Brothers and DC. I mean, it's like, here you go.
Sure.
Take it all.
Sure.
Fix us. No, I mean, it's news. Who would have thought that this would be the last season? Not me. So.
No, of course not. Of course not. They're not even close. Everyone's like, when's the Negan storyline happening? Yeah, guess what? They could do that next season, and then there's still a lot more cool stuff.
Definitely.
So we're not even close. Last season was what? Hit like issue 50 in the books, and we're well over 100 now. So in the story, we're not even halfway there, and they don't even have to stick to the comics.
No, and they haven't. They've veered. Other characters are.
You're not allowed to watch this either, are you?
Nope.
Okay. I'm going to do another one. Bad Santa 2 starts production in January. Yes. Does anyone care about Bad Santa? Has anybody seen Bad Santa? 1, 2. I love Bad Santa.
It's on the review list for the Christmas reviews.
I'll join you. Now, here's the only problem. Terry Zwigoff was the director on the first one, who is amazing, right? He did the Crumb documentary, which is an amazing documentary, if you haven't seen it, and he directed Bad Santa. He's not directing this. So...
Who is?
I don't know. Edward. So...
Then it's gonna be pretty lame then, because his mom won't let him do anything.
Yeah, right. You know what? But Billy Bob is back. He doesn't take garbage. He's at a point now where he doesn't take garbage. He wouldn't have come back for this if it wasn't right.
True.
You know what?
So you add enough zeros, I think anybody comes back for garbage.
I don't know, man. He's gotten he's a pretty choosy guy. And look what he did on Fargo. I mean, he took a TV show, which everyone's like, he's not going to take a TV show. And he made, I don't know if you watched it, but he was magic on that show. Yeah. Name a lame one he's done since his early career. You really can't. He doesn't, you know what? He's made his money. Now he's making art. And I really agree with that. All right, what do you got?
I found the producer for it.
You did? Producer or director?
Producer. They haven't released director.
All right.
Just producer.
It's Edward.
Well, thanks for that non-news. I appreciate
So who's
it.
the producer? Does it matter?
No.
Billy Bob Thornton. Okay.
All right, well, speaking of renewals, because you're talking about with Walking Dead, before an episode even airs of Ash versus the Evil Dead, we get season 2 from Starz.
Just like they did with Fear the Walking Dead, they renewed it before even the first episode aired.
Well, in this way, this is kind of easier to tell. My guess is subscriptions for Starz went through the roof.
Yep.
This last month, and they're like, well, we got to keep this going.
I can't wait.
Tomorrow
you watched
night?
the 4-minute first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like the Star Wars trailer for me. I keep watching it over and over, picking it apart. You're not allowed. It's amazing. It's amazing. You're excited for this, right?
Of course I am, yes.
Do you even know what this is?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to watch it when Mom's not home?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. John will. Your dad will.
I doubt it.
Yeah, he'll watch it. So, is anyone else excited about this? Anyone else care about Ash versus the Evil Dead? My dad is a no. You're a no. Really? See? Jenny likes it. All right. What do you got, Edward?
Have you seen the Sherlock, the Abominable Bride trailer?
I did not. I just saw that hit. I just noticed it today, and I didn't have time to watch it. Is it good?
It is.
It's the Victorian Sherlock thing
Yes.
for Christmas, right? Do we have a date for that?
Yes, we do. It's going to premiere January the 1st, 9/8 Central, and then the encore will be January the 10th, 10/9 Central. So,
All right.
January 1st, January the 10th.
They're showing it in theaters, too, I believe. I think you can go in and see it in the theaters.
Okay.
I think that's what I read. Do you care about Sherlock at all?
I've never watched it.
You know what? I've watched the first season. It was fantastic. I was knocked out. I just haven't gone back because I wanted to watch it with Martha. So eventually we'll sit down and watch the whole thing. No, I want William to. But we will. Look, William's eclipsed by a Lil. This is like a blood moon. It's so exciting. Why, thank you, William. Look at that production, that crack production team. Yes, well done. I forgot what I was saying. I'm excited for whatever it was.
You mean Sherlock?
Yes, it's going to be awesome. Anyone like Chloe Savini? I do. Do you know who she is?
I don't think so.
You know, obviously.
Yeah.
She is going to star. I have mixed feelings about this. I really like her. She is going to star in a Lizzie Borden movie as Lizzie Borden. Do we need a Lizzie Borden movie? There was that TV one when we were kids. Well, you were an embryo. You weren't anything. You were dust.
Say, when we were kids, we were never kids at the same time, my friend.
Back when we went and got Browno burgers in our, back in the Flintstone stage, there was a TV movie, and then there have been repeated things. And last year there was one with, what's her name? Wednesday Addams.
Christina
Ricci. Yeah, she did. I got the name wrong even when you said it. She played Lizzie Borden. Now Chloe Savini is playing Lizzie Borden. And the maid in the story, they're trying to get Kristen Stewart. Okay, I'm going to throw two red flags out here. I don't think we care about a Lizzie Borden movie. And I really don't care about Kristen Stewart being in it because she doesn't do anything for me. But Chloe Savini, awesome. Have you guys watched American Horror Story?
Not after season 1.
She is on. Oh, you're missing it. She's on this season, and she is fantastic. Great show. If you're not watching it, you're missing out.
There's just too much on TV.
That's funny. Edward's mom won't let him either. Sam Raimi. Here's news.
Yep.
This is a weird news week. A lot of it is just like, here's a trailer and here's something going on, but not a lot announced. But Sam Raimi came out publicly and finally admitted there are problems with Spider-Man 3. He said that the musical number may have been a misstep. The casting, there was some issues, and finally they shouldn't have shoehorned that final villain in, which he was forced to do. He's doing all this because he's saying he'd like to work for Marvel again. That's really what this is about. We said this a few months ago. Remember when this all came out and they were talking about this, and we were like, he's trying to worm his way back into Marvel. Again, he's tweeting this out. He is trying to get back in with Marvel. I say,
but initially it wasn't Marvel. I mean,
I
he
know
was
it
working
wasn't.
for Sony.
Well, and that's what he said in this one. This is what was different. He said, Marvel really has this all right. I just don't know if they have. I don't know if I'm good enough to be in this stable. So he's playing the total humble card and everything.
Yeah.
You know what? Sign him. Put him on a movie. Sam Raimi is perfect.
What movie do you think he'd be perfect for, though?
Okay. I would put him on. I would do Morpheus or Blade, something like that. No, not Blade. No. Morpheus would be good because that's part of the Spider Universe, but it's a Dracula. It's darker. It's a horror thing.
Yeah, but do you think they would go with a solo Morbius film right now?
Yeah.
I don't think.
No, no. Put not a film. Put him on Netflix. Give him one of the Netflix series. Give him Tomb of Dracula on Netflix. It doesn't have to be part of the MCU, but they own it. Tomb of Dracula. I've been reading that comic from the 70s. Awesome comic. If you have Marvel, read the Tomb of Dracula. It's really cool. It's surprisingly cool. And Bernie Wrightson wrote it. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know where Raimi, and I love Raimi. I mean, we've talked Evil Dead, Spider-Man.
You put him in the horror end, and they're building the mystical and horror end up.
That's what I mean. Like, I would have probably, if we didn't have a director for Doctor Strange, put him in there. But
Perfect.
I like Scott Derrickson, so I'm curious to see what he's going to do with that. I don't know where Raimi fits, but if he would take a Netflix job and do something like that, maybe a ghostwriter.
Give him Ghost Rider. Fix that mistake. Yes. 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 Make that happen. That's awesome. Oh, good one, Alil. Alil is going to write a check to Sam Raimi to make this happen. Thank you, Alil. That's a gift
Here's
to me.
$5, Sam. I love you.
$5.
That's all I can spare. Spare a square.
Here's a trailer that made me want to poke my eyes out. Sorry, I spoiled it. Dirty Grandpa. Has anyone heard of this? Did you guys see this trailer?
So I saw
Bad Grandpa, wasn't it? That the first one? Was that this is a sequel?
Nope.
All right.
This one is Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. It is
All right.
garbage.
I saw the
Can
link
we-
to it, and I just skipped over it because
Yep. Doesn't your mom have that blocked? Yep. It's garbage. Don't waste your time. You know what? Okay, I'm going to get booed by one member of this table. It reminds me of Van Wilder and how lame that was. This is like the lame little brother to that. If you guys like Van Wilder, sorry to offend, but you're wrong. I can't
did.
stand that. I think it's dumb.
It's because
I like comedies.
Because you were old when you watched it.
I
Sorry.
like comedies, and that's not funny.
Yeah, it was
this
fun.
one looks not funny. And Robert De Niro, I'm like, wow, talk about picking up a check. I mean, although he's done that for a while. Rocky and Bullwinkle, woo, boy, yeah. Remember when he was in Taxi Driver? Remember when he was in Goodfellas? When he was amazing? When he was cool?
Casino.
Now he's Dirty Grandpa. Yeah,
I don't know.
My dad's sitting there like, what's the name of this one? That sounds pretty good to me. Dirty Grandpa, huh?
Yeah.
It's garbage, so I'm not recommending that trailer. What do you got, Alil?
Somebody who's not looking for a check, Matthew McConaughey, turns down the villain role for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Why? But he keeps saying he wants to be in one of these, so maybe it's just not the right role.
Right. I don't think he wants to be a villain.
All right.
That's my guess, and maybe
Didn't we cast him? Didn't we figure out something for him already?
I think we wanted him to be Adam Warlock.
Oh, he'd be good as Adam Warlock. Yes. All right. I've got the Infinity Gem. Yeah, he does.
That's probably it. Like he doesn't want to do a group picture, because right now this is Chris Pratt's universe.
Right.
And
Right. If he's in there, he's playing a villain to Chris Pratt, and he's going to lose.
right.
yeah, and
He
then he,
wants
won't be
to
in the
be a
universe.
leading man.
Yeah, or a leading man, or a leading villain in something that's groundbreaking. I can see, like I still think he could pull off a Norman Osborn in the new Spider-Man universe.
Unless he doesn't want to be a villain.
Well, exactly,
But Norman Osborn would be
but-
a good one. He hangs around.
But he's not a villain that just dies off. He's a villain that is
The
more.
villain, yeah.
I mean, he's more to that. So I don't know.
All right.
I mean, maybe he was worried that he'd turn out like Benicio in the collector role, where he was there for like 30
Right.
seconds.
And then he'll be in everything for like 30 seconds in a big goofy wig.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's too bad. Benicio is amazing. I do love the character, but I would like to see him in a bigger, stronger role because he's amazing.
We might. I mean, they're building something huge with the Guardians. So
Yeah, they are. Yeah, speaking of Guardians, Palm, watch me ruin this one. Clementif, I think I said it right.
Sure.
She was in Old Boy, the American remake of Old Boy. She is playing, they announced this, Mantis in Guardians 2.
Yes.
I think it's good casting. You look at the pictures of Mantis, it looks like her. She's beautiful. I think she's a perfect addition to this, and she fits the character well. Because sometimes when they do this, you go like, really? Like Olivia Wilde? Who's the one playing Psylocke or whatever? Olivia
Munn.
She looks the part, but I don't know if she's right. This
I don't
one
know.
seems exactly right. What do you think?
I agree. I think she's right, but I also think Olivia Munn will probably, do
I hope
better
she's
than you
great in
expect.
it. I like her. I hope she's great, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you got?
Go ahead, Edward.
Come on, Edward.
Suicide Squad. They released some Suicide Squad pictures.
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
Yeah, pictures from Suicide Squad and covers on Empire. They should release those too.
Yes.
There was a headline like Margot Robbie on cover of Empire as Harley Quinn. Really? Hasn't she already been there? Haven't we seen these pictures? It's the same picture they keep releasing
It
of her
is.
with the big face. I mean, I like her. I think she's going to be great in the movie, but okay. So were these great pictures? Was there anything?
More Batman stuff. There's a scene.
He's in like for 5 minutes of the movie, and every picture has Batman in it now.
I'm telling you because that's what
it's all about.
That's
Batman.
what Warner Brothers is selling now. It's Batman and Ben Affleck. That's it.
And Joker.
Yeah.
All about Mr. J.
And that's what they have. They have a scene with them, Joker tied up or handcuffed, in a jail or in a cell or something, and them talking. And then you see there's a picture of him speaking with the doctor of Margot Robbie's character before she became Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. That's how she turns into.
Spoiler.
If you don't know the story, but it's
Martha
cool.
doesn't know the story. See.
But
She
does it matter?
doesn't pay attention. No, it's cool. I'm interested in what this is going to be, but we'll see.
All right. Cool. Do that one. I didn't write it down.
This one?
Yes.
So John Woo is going to remake The Killer.
Do an American version of
Yes.
The Killer. Anybody see The Killer? You are missing out. You saw it because we have the Criterion Laserdisc version of it, I believe. Heck yeah,
Laserdisc.
this is an amazing movie.
I have the Betamax version.
You know what? I would have a VHS copy of it. My dad would have the Betamax version. Unopened and still waiting. But I have to tell you, this is a great movie, and I think doing a remake of it at this point, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
No, not a bad idea.
She all right? All right.
I want to see a remake of Ichi the Killer.
I do too. I wish more people saw these though. I wish rather than doing a remake, rather than John Woo remaking The Killer, let's get everybody to watch The Killer. Let's get everybody to watch his brilliant A Better Tomorrow. These are amazing movies, way better than his American stuff. That's what I wish.
I agree with
everybody
that.
would watch Ichi the Killer. I wish everyone would get the Takeshi Mike catalog and start watching those amazing films, man.
Audition.
Amazing.
So good.
But instead, we get American remakes. And John Woo remaking The Killer, I am happy about because I think more people will get exposed. And maybe
Well, then
by
they'll go
chance,
back and see it.
Maybe by chance people will go back and watch it. Have you ever seen it?
I have.
I haven't seen it.
There's a great scene in it. Spoiler, I'm going to tell you because they're going to do it in the remake. That's the one where there's this really super tense scene, and it's like it feels like forever in the film. It's so tense. Where he's guarding this girl, and they open the door, and it's like an area where there's like two doors, and they open the door, and the guy comes in with a gun like this in his face, and the other guy pulls a gun like this, and you have a three-way face-off all in door frames, and like the whole time you're like, you can't figure out who could make a move without everybody getting shot. I mean, it's like it's. You've seen things like this before, but the way this is shot and the intensity that's brought to it is so memorable. It's just a great moment in film. So that's the film, right? It's not Better Tomorrow that does it. It's Killer, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's a great.
Unlike last night when we were recording,
we recorded.
We recorded one of the horror reviews and Rob's like, let's do Friday the 13th Part 3. I'm like, okay. I know the entire catalog by the back of my hand, so that's no problem. He starts rambling off. I'm going through the cast list saying who's in it. He's like, that's not who was in it. It was Corey Feldman. And I'm like, no, you're talking about Part 4.
Oops.
Yeah. So you watched Part 4.
I was
the final
tweeting
chapter.
out,
It was pretty hilarious.
Hey, Part 3. I'm tweeting. I'm like live tweeting as we're watching it and everything. And it was Part 4 I was watching.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I laughed.
It's the show is up too. If you go to League of Geeks, it's up there right now. Pretty amazing. I am dumb.
And I left
Yes,
all that
you
in
are.
because it was hilarious.
All right, who has something?
Band of Robbers trailer.
What's this? I don't even know what this is.
What was it? It was.
No notes. What is? Who's in it?
You think I know actors?
No, I don't think so.
He knows.
Was it
nothing.
any good? Let's just,
No.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
didn't
move
like it.
on.
Moving right
Neil
ahead.
Blomkamp's Alien 5 is on hold. It looks like he left the picture. We don't know for sure.
Oh, did he leave the picture?
There's rumors that he left. There's rumors that there was infighting. There's all these rumors, but right now Alien 5 is at a
Here's
halt.
what I read about Alien 5. I read this, gosh, it was on IO9, I think, that there was in the Prometheus 2 script, which is not an alien film, even though it's called Alien Paradise, Ridley Scott is planting seeds for the next one where the Alien franchise comes back in. And supposedly there's something in the script that is really closely tied to what Blomkamp was going to do. And it's one of those moments where it's crucial to both films. And if Blomkamp were to make his, it ruins Prometheus 2. Well, Prometheus 2 gets precedent right now. So that's what is pushing that aside. So they have to really rework this whole thing if they're going to go forward. And I think that's he could have left. I mean, his movie's kind of ruined. But it's interesting that they both came to the same conclusion that something is happening and they can't resolve this. It's pretty cool.
Agreed.
I just wish we had both because both of them look really cool.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know about Blomkamp. I mean, we'll see.
I don't know, but visually it looks really cool. He's going to go off and do Chappie 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, pew. Chappie. It's terrible.
I was disappointed in Chappie.
You saw it. You said it was terrible.
I was disappointed in Chappie.
I started watching it. I mean, 10 minutes. I never bail on a movie. 10 minutes, and I'm like, oh man, what the heck?
Like, I don't know.
I don't know, man. It really is
I don't even know where to go. Like, the movie before, I can't remember, District 9
was amazing.
Was great, but this Chappie is the same movie.
It's the same movie, but not good.
Right. I don't know.
It's not good.
I was so disappointed leaving the theater after I watched that.
Yeah, terrible. Horror news. We might as well. It's Halloween Eve, right? So we'll do horror news. The Shining Hotel, the one that they used for the Overlook in the movie The Shining, is being turned into the first horror museum. What the serious hell is that going to be, man? Is the whole hotel going to be a horror museum? Is it like a haunted house? What is this going to be? How can you maintain? That's a huge place. How can you maintain it that way? You'd have to make out a hotel and then have like a museum in one of the wings, right?
That's what I'm thinking. Just having a hotel and having like maybe just one story.
Could you imagine if every room was like haunted?
Oh my gosh!
Like you get to check in and there's stuff going on in the room while you're trying to sleep. And,
amazing.
You know, blood just pours down off the walls.
Yes.
And you realize it was real blood, and
they have a wall that's rubber. You ever see the movie The Pact? And The Pact is a great film, but in the poster for The Pact, they have like a rubber. It's supposed to look like wallpaper, and a guy pushing through, like he's coming through the wall. They could have a rubberized wall in it, and like you're just standing there talking, and then faces push through. I would.
If it was real person,
fill my pants.
Someone would punch him. I just want to see just
that would
doing
be
that.
William. He's very violent. Yes,
I'm
telling you, I think it's awesome. But isn't that hotel like out in the middle of nowhere? Is it in Estes Park? Yeah. What? It's the Stanley Steamer Mansion? So very clean carpets.
I was about to say the carpet cleaning?
Really?
Cool. Wait, so the rooms are haunted? There are haunted rooms? Oh, there's only one?
That's actually haunted, or is it just where the old lady was in the bathtub? Gross scene. I'm not talking about Schmidt.
I don't know this. I wasn't able to experience it, but apparently it's fine. It's been on some of those A&E shows. Like that.
Oh, those are all real.
Of course they are.
It's good TV, though. It's good TV.
Right, it does.
Good.
When they're paying the housekeepers to say it's haunted. Yeah.
Right. Have you
Like,
guys
here's
ever
$5. Tell the camera it's haunted.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that one? Well, they pay them to do that. But have you ever seen the haunted mine? There's a show, and it's like in its third season, about a mine, and there are miners, and it's haunted. And every show is the same. They sit around a campfire, and they're like, oh, there's monsters, it's haunted. And then they show them, like, going through a mine, and it's supposed to be scary, and then, like, you'll see, they'll have, like, a lantern, and it'll just, like, and they're like, oh, that was a ghost. That's the whole show. And then at the end, it's a recap like, well, we walked through and, that ghost doesn't want us there. It moved. You're like, this is a real show.
What voice
And
are you
people are
trying
making-
to do?
I'm
And people are making money
the
there.
guy in the show. Huh?
And they're making money doing
Why
that.
don't we do it? Blue Box is
No.
haunted.
We should go over to Cuba Road.
Cuba Road. I was writing a script about Cuba Road.
There's already
Yep.
there's like 5 movies out.
No,
already.
there aren't.
Yes,
Shut
there are.
up. About Cuba Road?
Google it.
Cuba Road, really?
Cuba Road.
If somebody stole my movie idea, I wrote one about monks and they cut their own tongues out. Oh, sorry, it's a restaurant. Mine was called Monk Road. Yeah.
There's
I had a friend.
literally called Cuba Road.
My friend Chris lived at the end in a farmhouse that didn't have heat. So when I went there in the winter, they literally, in the middle of the room, because they paid nothing for all of them to live in this house, they had a barrel with fire in it to heat the house. That's not safe.
Return to Cuba Road, theatrical trailer,
Nice. I'm going to look that up. That sounds awesome.
2006.
Excellent. Okay, so
2.5 hours.
here's my story. Ooh, 2.5 hours. That's
Nope.
brutal. Here's the best. That's what I'm doing tonight. Here's the best story about the end of Cuba Road with those guys. So one of the guys was crazy, okay? And he often would shoot guns in the house. He'd set up like a shooting range in the basement, and they'd come home and be like, dude, you're not supposed to be shooting guns in the house. One Halloween, he got tired of all the kids driving out because you had to go down this long road and everything, and it's Cuba Road, it's scary. And they drive out and they drive to the end. And they'd see the farmhouse and they'd honk and get all scared and drive off. He got tired of it. He went out in his tighty whities and fired his rifle into the air every time kids drove down there.
That's
Can
pretty
you
awesome.
imagine how scared these kids were? It's amazing. I did not partake. That is not my jam.
We used to drive down Cuba Road all the time.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Were you one of the kids that got shot at by my friend in his tighty whities?
No, I don't remember that.
You would.
I would have remembered that, yes.
You'd be out there trying to get a selfie now. Tighty whities and me. All right, moving right ahead. Disney is making the Tower of Terror into a movie.
They already have one.
Right, they're making another one. Yep, okay, moving right ahead. Did anybody read the book? Neil Gaiman wrote a book. Neil Gaiman has written many books. Okay. He wrote one last year called Fortunately the Milk.
Oh, yeah.
It is a time travel mystery. Scotty Young did the artwork for it. It's fantastic. Edgar Wright and Johnny Depp are making it into a movie. Edgar Wright doing a Neil Gaiman time travel with like a bathtub and a hippo, and it involves time travel through a cereal bowl. It is amazing.
I think it's called.
Fortunately, the milk.
The story's called A Story of Time Travel and Breakfast.
Yes, that's it.
And it's with, yeah.
All sounds good to me.
Okay.
Should be called Fortunately the Bacon, and then I would really be in.
Starring Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon and John Hamm.
Could you imagine that?
Molly, is it a good book? Yes. There we go. 4 stars. Edward, you'll be able to see this one.
Great.
Something to look forward to.
No.
Okay, here's bad news. Might as well tell horror news right now. Luke Wilson now is on board if they want to do Legally Blonde 3. Yep. Sorry, I said that in a restaurant. Did you see 2?
Yeah.
Dear God. I mean,
I don't. Never mind.
that just takes all the humor out of the room.
I own
It's
it
like
on
a
DVD.
fire. It just
Red-
sucks all
red,
the humor
white,
out
and
of the room.
blonde.
You didn't like Legally Blonde 2. Legally Blonde 2. Oh, it's so bad. It makes Adam Sandler look like, Adam Sandler. It's so bad. Right, that's good. This is not. But Reese Witherspoon was
Big-
on some talk
Big
show saying
Daddy?
she would like to do Legally Blonde 3, and then Luke Wilson was on and said, I would be down with that. So my mom will see it, but that's about it. No, you're going to drag him to that, wouldn't you? Ugh. And then they did a musical of it. Ooh. And then there's another one called Legally Blondes, which is like a knockoff of the property, but it's supposed to be the same thing. Oh, it's even worse. This is worse.
And
than,
you've watched all of them.
No, I can't. I did watch 2. Martha made me go to the theater and see it because she's like, "Oh, we like the first one." And when when you're with a lady, sometimes you have to make sacrifices, Edward. And you have to go to things you would not normally go to. So, I've seen Sandra Bullock movies. I have seen Reese Witherspoon movies. She's seen Commando. Those are also consolidations that women have to make. There you go. Little life lesson for you. The more you know. We need that little the more you know, Edward.
It's just a sign, and you
Just hold
walk
it up.
behind me.
Yes. We should have done that whole thing talking to the Edward puppet. Then it would really be one of those, like, the more you know things.
Or not.
Or not. Ghostbusters Lego Firehouse. Anyone want to talk about that?
We talked about that last week, didn't we?
Did we? I got excited about it again. It comes
Chris
out
was
in
talking about it
January.
because they started talking about the Doctor Who Lego figures.
Oh, yeah. Well, now they've released the Firehouse is going to be 4,634 pieces and have 9 minifigures in it. Yes.
I'm saving my money for the Hot Toys Stanley.
Hot Toys Stan Lee. Oh, I saw a picture of that. Was that real?
Yeah,
Shut up. Shut up. Does it have old man smell?
I think so, and I will smell it.
Yeah, scratch and sniff Stan Lee. We saw him. Edward and I saw him. You saw him too, but we saw him, and he walked right in front of us. It was like beef jerky, but it was awesome. It was breathing rarefied
Terrible.
air with Stan Lee in the room,
Terrible.
wasn't it? No, I love him.
He is.
I love
your
it.
dad's a mean man.
He said mean things about me too. All right.
because he cares.
What
so
else
much.
do you got?
I don't have anything. I'm done.
I got more.
They released the villain for John Wick 2. It's Common. It's just a rapper.
Oh, I thought it was a Common character. No, Common. Yes, I know who Common is.
Are you sure?
I do. I mean, I couldn't pick him out of a crowd, but I know who Common is.
Okay.
I didn't see John Wick 1.
So good.
That's what everyone says. Anyone else see John Wick? Good? All right. So Common is in 2. Not your common film.
Stop.
Ba-doom.
Boo.
All right. From Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series on El Rey we talked about like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It got picked up for a 3rd season. I have yet to watch 1 episode. That's the hot toy. That's awesome.
Yep. It's a 6th scale.
Yeah, 12 inches.
And it's $200. So
Yes.
Wait, if he's 12 inches times 6, so he's 6 foot tall.
Well, that's what it is. It's 1/6. It's always they're all about 12 inches.
But that means
Except for the
everybody's
Rocket
about six-
Raccoon.
Well, if it's
Okay, so he's not-
1/6, I want to know exactly.
He's probably like 10 and a half
like
inches.
if it was me, that would be 1/6 would be roughly 12 inches. If it was Edward, 1/6 would be like 7 inches. Right? Look, everyone's
Sure.
doing the math real fast.
Sure.
Okay. This was another one that I thought was interesting. Don Verdeen is a movie the trailer came out for. Here's why it's interesting. It's the new Jared Hess film. Now, he did Napoleon Dynamite, which we are huge fans of. He also did Nacho Libre, which we love, but I know a lot of people don't. But we love it. Then he did a couple of really crappy ones. That Bigfoot one is awful.
this one's going to be awful.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
It's got Sam Rockwell, Leslie Bibb, Am Ryan, Will Forte, and Danny McBride. It looks great. I am
Or
not
it looks
listening to
bad.
you. Do you like Napoleon
I
Dynamite?
was going to say, what
I've
have
never
you
seen it.
seen with half these
Yeah.
actors in it?
I don't think you
I've
would
seen
get-
Nacho Libre, and that was bad.
See,
Okay, so you see one and that.
yeah, and this is not your kind of movie.
Nope.
No. No Care Bears are in it.
I thought that was your movie.
No, I'm not
Care
into
Bears
Care
and Teletubbies?
No, Gummy Bears. That's a Lil's thing. That's his jam.
Love gummy bears.
Yep. So, did you see the trailer for this?
I
Hello?
did not.
You saw it? You thought it was
Yes.
awful? Are you excited for it? I like it. I just want to see what this guy does, and I like that cast. Sam Rockwell, I think, is amazing. Danny McBride, hilarious. And Will Forte, if you haven't watched Last Man on Earth, you're missing out. I didn't know I was going to be a fan of his until I saw that show, and I love him on that show. Okay.
All right.
Talking to myself.
I have one. George Clooney is going to direct Suburbicon with the Coen brothers. Sorry.
Yeah, not the Conan brothers. That's somebody different. That's Schwarzenegger and Conan O'Brien play the Conan brothers. All right. I like him in their movies. So,
It's going
but
to
he's
be-
directing it?
Yes.
Oh.
So
They're producing it? Did they write it or something?
no, they're teaming up to do it. So
Okay.
It's going to be a 1950s noir. Is it
Noir.
noir?
Noir.
Yeah, it's close. It's a drama. It's about crime. So
Oh, it's going to be a crime drama, a noir film. Ooh. Did you ever see L.A. Confidential? You haven't. Have you?
Of course, I love
Oh, my
that
gosh.
movie.
That is one of my favorites. I
Guy
will take
Pearce.
a good, solid noir film like that any day of the week. That is an amazing film.
This is the
Guy Pearce.
That's the last time Kim Basinger did anything.
Yeah, right. But Guy Pearce is incredible in that. And Russell Crowe, that was like the first time he really hit my radar. Wow.
Yep.
He's incredible in that film. And the guy from Star Trek. I can't think of his name. The guy that played the one who created the warp drive. What's his name? Oh, my gosh. He's the dirty cop, the head of the cops. You know who I mean?
I know who you mean. I'm trying to remember
Pig in the
his name.
City, that guy. Who was it, Babe? What was his name? Babe, the pig movie.
Pig in the City.
What is it? Somebody write in. The big guy that was the farmer that had Babe. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That was nothing like an impression of him.
No.
Come on, somebody write in. While you're looking that up, see if he's dead. James Cromwell, I beat you to it. Yeah, he's amazing. And he was amazing in L.A. Confidential. All right, where are we at? Are we almost done? Sandra Bullock is going to be making an all-female Ocean's 11. Directed by Gary Ross, who is the guy that directed the Hunger Games movies. Yes. And you know what? I love the Ocean's films. Not 2. 2 was terrible. I've given my thoughts on the Julia Roberts performance on that before. Ocean's 12. Bad. But I'm okay with that.
I am too. I like the Ocean's movies.
I do too. And I don't mind them doing an all-female. Yeah, I don't care.
Hopefully it's good because it's made.
And Sandra Bullock, actually, I was busting on her, but I like her. There's some I don't like, Julia Roberts, but there are others, like Sandra Bullock, that I like. She was terrible in Minions, though.
It could be good, it could be bad.
she was
Yeah,
terrible
I
in.
don't know. It could, yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be great. It could
Could be a flop.
Yeah. I hope it works. It sounds good to me.
Have you seen the new Battlefront trailer for the game?
The new one?
With
seems
Han?
It seems like there's something on every time.
It's the one with Han against Darth Vader.
Oh, I didn't
and
see
Luke.
it. Is it any good?
It's really good.
All right. We'll check that one out. And then my last thing on here. No, I have two things. Jennifer Jason Leigh has joined the Twin Peaks reboot. I like her.
Interesting.
And they're looking at what's the one, the woman from, who I like her too. I can't think of her name. The one that was in the King Kong remake. Not Jessica Lange. Naomi Watts. Yeah. Naomi Watts. They're looking at getting her for Twin Peaks. I like her. So that would be good. And then my last thing on all my notes, I can't believe we got through all the notes.
There wasn't a lot this week.
No. This one, I don't care about the first part of this. I care about the second part of this. Rihanna, there's the part I don't care about, was cast in Luc Besson's City of a Thousand Planets. What I care about is Luc Besson is moving forward and making City of a Thousand Planets. I really like The Fifth Element. I think he makes interesting sci-fi. This could be really cool. And make her kind of alien. Don't get Chris Tucker in it. I am down with this movie.
Sure.
Not a lot from you guys. All right.
I don't want to say my thoughts on The Fifth Element because I've already gotten a lot of hate mail for it.
You didn't like it?
I wasn't a big fan.
No? You know what? I understand that.
But I love Chris Tucker.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of those movies that if it doesn't hit you right, it really is going to miss the mark. It seems like a polarizing film. Does anyone here, do you guys like Fifth Element? Yeah,
Bruce
Willis was
Willis.
in it. No, we didn't. No.
Not sober.
Not sober.
Maybe that was my problem.
Yeah, probably. Not slightly crazy. That's, we know what my problem is. All right.
Have you
That's it
seen
for
the
me.
Brothers
Oh.
Grimsby trailer?
No, what's this?
It's a story about. It's an action adventure story starring. Who's it starring?
Excellent. Glad you took notes.
Say, yeah,
I know.
this is a podcast. People
Is
are waiting.
Adam Sandler
for.
in this?
No.
Keep looking. I can't sidetrack him. We should talk amongst ourselves while Edward looks
Go
things
ahead.
up.
I have nothing. else.
Mark Strong.
Who?
Mark Strong.
Who's that? Who's Mark Strong?
Exactly. There's two guys that I've never seen before and I've never heard of.
So why are you bringing this up then?
It's because what
You
they
watched the trailer?
Yes, the trailer. What it was, half of the trailer was a first person trailer. So you're in the.
So it's
you're
like
the
found
eyes.
footage.
Huh?
So it's like
No,
found
like a
footage.
first-person shooter.
Yeah,
like,
it was like a first
remember
person
that movie
shooter.
we talked about? There's a movie
Doom?
coming out. No, there's a movie coming out that is first-person that looked amazing, where it had the scene where the person came through the thing and they shot him in midair and they went flying through the air and then down the staircase. Did you see that trailer? Oh, my gosh, it looks super violent and awesome. That's not this, though, right? All right, here,
These
let me
two
look.
guys. If you scroll down, you can see the names. I think. Sure.
I don't know who Mark Strong is, but it's Sacha Baron Cohen. That's your dad is playing in this movie. Oh, Lil's dad is Borat. Yep.
It's true.
It's true. Just look at him. You can
Never
tell.
gonna get this.
And
You
then
don't
why
know
do you
that
do-
because you can't see Borat.
Why do you do the milkshake dance?
And Mark Strong was in that flop that Disney did. John Carter. He was in that.
Was he the lead in that?
He was the bad guy in that.
Okay.
He's been in a lot of things. He's a
Too
British
bad.
actor.
That's a good movie. It's a good movie. It did terrible, but it's a good
Yeah,
movie.
I agree with you. I like the movie. I mean,
All right. You know what? That's going on the back of the box art going forward. Edward Lee. I like the movie. Just like that.
you're welcome.
We need this puppet out here. Maybe.
Yeah, that's right. The puppet is much more verbose.
That's because you.
I love it.
Sure. And Frank Marshall says that they're not going to do what Indiana Jones.
No, this is crap. This is
think?
yeah. Okay, go ahead and say what the story is, then I'll tell you why it's crap.
You go ahead because I'm just.
They're not
gonna
gonna
Okay.
they're not gonna recast Indy.
Right.
In
They're
the
not
next
going to
movie-
recast Indy. They're going to keep Harrison Ford if they ever do Indy 5. This is crap. And I'll tell you why. First of all, they're not moving forward with an Indy 5 yet. They have talked about it a lot, but there is no way they're going to take a franchise like that and stick an 80-year-old guy as the lead that they can't continue the series with. They already did the father-son story. If that's what they were doing, I would buy into it. But nobody's getting in line for Mutt Jones.
Well, that's why they're not gonna recast him.
No, they're going to recast it and reboot the series.
I think that's not gonna happen for a long time.
I think it's going to happen sooner than you think.
I don't think so. Because
I don't think it's
people
gonna be
are-
Chris
people are-
Pratt,
People
though.
are going crazy right now for Harrison Ford coming back to Star Wars.
Right.
Do you think if they recast, they're not? They've already said Chris Pratt is not.
Yeah,
even,
it's not Chris Pratt. But okay, so maybe they don't recast Indy. Maybe this is what they're saying. When they do 5, they let him be beef jerky. And they have a new character totally, and the series just continues on. So it's not the 40s with Hitler. It's now whatever this character is dealing with the commies or dealing with
Maybe.
whatever. They could do that.
The way I read it.
Well, if it was the 40s and he's older, it would be like the 80s or something, wouldn't it?
I don't know the timeline here.
Yeah.
Because he was the Russians in the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, it was the Russians.
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
the 50s because that was the nuclear scare and everything. That was the 50s,
So
right?
you'd
Kingdom
be
of
in
the Crystal
60s.
Skull. Yeah, but he's older now. He's like 20 years older than that.
You saw what they did with Michael Douglas and Ant-Man.
Yeah, but why not just make him
they're
20
just
years
gonna
older
CGI Harrison Ford
and
They're
put him in the like
They're gonna mocap him.
put him in like the late 70s, early 80s, and do like a MacGruber film. Get Will Forte to play the character.
No.
No, please.
Because the way I read it was they're saying they're not going to just have one person and just
Right.
recast them. They said they're going to wait until they actually found a person besides Harrison Ford and actually have him as the main person.
Okay, so they're no longer Indiana Jones films.
Correct.
They are,
Yeah.
but they better not be Mutt Jones, man.
I'm not interested.
It better not be Mutt Jones. I'll be out so fast.
If it's not indie, why am I gonna go watch it?
Right. Indiana Jones and Never Say Never Again.
It's
That's
just
what
going to
it'll
be
be.
Indiana Jones.
There you go.
It's just
All right.
A
Are we
kid
done?
after-
Terrible news.
Are we done?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's call it
That's it. Oh, wait,
DOA.
we have more? Jenny has one.
But
This one just
but
in.
the clock beeped.
Good one. Chicago has approved the George Lucas Museum. Yes. Finally, something on this show got applause.
And it wasn't something you guys contributed.
That's right. We had nothing to do with it. Yes.
All right.
Elgin just approved the Reese Witherspoon Museum. Nothing. Okay.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama. Can I stay in that room? All right.
All right. Let's kill
so
it.
That's excellent news. That's it. Thank you for listening to This Week in Geek, everybody. Thank you, everybody, on all the social media platforms everywhere. And thank you, Blue Box. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank
We'll
you,
be back
guys.
next week. Happy Halloween.